All right. Sorry about that, guys. We were literally 2 minutes late. You know what? Nerderotic goes late all the time. So don't look at me. Okay? Don't look at me. Nerderotic goes 15 minutes late. And at the point now with Nerderotic, everybody just does a meme on how late they're going to be. So me being 30 seconds late or 2 minutes late, it's fine. But hey, everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode here, where nothing's easy. Warriors and Witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here with another Hardcore Rage stream. Here with the Zembro. Shout out to my boy. Like I watch your videos all the time, man. I am so glad that you're here. I never fathomed, because I was just like with Empress the whole time, and then you just popped up in the stream out of nowhere, and I'm just like, isn't that the guy that makes the 40-minute videos and I watch it while I'm working and stuff? And I don't really, I don't watch your videos like to look at them, because I constantly drive around. So I just hear what you're saying, and I'm like, did this motherfucker just call Shroud Mandark? and I'm busting out laughing in the giant truck, and then these people are looking at me like I'm a mad lad. And yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Well, hey everybody. Yeah, I do some videos over here on gaming topics. If you guys want to check out my channel, I'll post a link on the over here on the chat. Just make videos on gaming topics, and sometimes I pop up on the network, which is where I got together with Mr. Hardcore here.
Yes. He doesn't put anything out of context. Now, me, I get a little emotional with my videos, but he will go full in and be like, well, let's start from the beginning. You'll do it that way. And I'm just like, okay, that makes sense, because you'll bring up stuff that, like, for example, Angry Joe, with his whole thing, with his whole shtick. And then we'll bring up stuff like, it's like, hey, man, you're getting upset over this. But last time I checked, we agreed with each other. And
Yeah.
then it's just one of those moments where it's like, yeah, he did say that. Or when it comes to what's his name, because I think you talk about him there was a couple of videos about him, the
The
act
Act-Man?
yes, the act man. And I'm just like, I'm over here like, this nigga does not like act man.
Oh.
I don't think it's dislike or anything. It's just the hypocrisy, I think, what it is. There, I put it
Yeah,
up.
I talk about them because there's some that I talk about because they're just, morons on Twitter who pop up and they basically do these terrible takes, and I just gather them, put them in the video. But in the case of the Act Man, that's like what, my eighth video.
Mm-hmm.
Like my eighth video on the channel probably was the first video I did on him, and I really did that because I used to watch him a lot. I used to be a
Yeah.
fan, and it's not even that I dislike him as
No.
a person, but it's the case of, if you're trying to talk about these things that are going on in the games industry, at least be honest about it, and really tell your audience how it is, rather than just putting it all in just one perspective and misrepresenting it. And with Angry Joe, it was a similar thing because I did used to watch him a lot too,
That was
but
my person.
it hits different. I think the
Yeah.
Act Man is still way more relevant now than the Angry Joe. I think the Angry Joe has gone down in relevancy. I
Yeah.
think that whenever the Act Man posts something on Twitter, a lot more people listen to him and respect what he has to say, whereas the Angry Joe makes these political posts and you go on his comment sections and everybody's just dunking on him.
Yeah. And there will be moments where he's like, I'll watch his little videos on news, and then he'll just bring up people like us who disagree with him. He's like, just Twitter freaks. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck, bro? Um, and then I'll let it go, because whatever. And then he'll have another video on like gaming news, or when he'll have like a reaction to like Superman. Superman, I don't like that film, the new Superman, but he
Mm.
he liked it, and I'm like, okay, if he likes it, he likes it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then he said something to us, for the people that don't like it, and we obviously know why we don't like it, because we don't like James Gunn. And then like he just boils it down to just calling us Schneider Bros, and I'm like, Snyder Bro? I'm not a Snyder Bro. It's just a bad Superman film. And
I kept getting called that as well.
Oh, you
And I
too?
didn't understand why. I didn't understand in the beginning because I'm so detached from superhero stuff. Like
Yeah.
the Empress, God bless her soul, she wanted to have me, I think, on the superhero channel.
Yeah.
So she was asking me, "Hey, so what do you know about like superheroes and stuff?" And I was like, "I don't know shit, zero."
Me neither.
So I see these Superman posts, and I'm seeing these things that people are sharing, and I'm just laughing at it and going, "Well, this shit is fucking ridiculous." And people are calling me a Snyder bro, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then I googled it.
Yeah, it's I assume that it's people that just love Schneider films, and I'm like, I don't even like him either. Like, does he do better action than James Gunn? Yes. Does he do better story than James Gunn? And I'm over here like, first of all, both of these motherfuckers are retarded. Okay, he's like, so don't come to me like, who does the better story? Neither of them. Like I like Tolkien. I sometimes like George R.R. I like J.K. Rowling. I like these sort of people, these individuals that even Guillermo del Toro. Like even though I don't like some of his TV shows, I like those kind of people because they can do storytelling. And then it's like, well, you're just even Angry Joe is like calling people like right ring grifters, and I'm just like, we're here now. This is who we are. But anyway, we'll leave it at that because we'll just talk about that all day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being at the Hardcore Raid here today. We have a lot of topics. We're going to talk about Where Winds Meet. We're also going to talk about a couple of trailers up in here. We are going to talk about Dawn Walker and the Horizon Steel Frontiers, which is kind of funny. And we're also going to talk about the indie showcase that I just found out. I was just looking through some like info on video games, and then the indie showcase, and I'm just like, who's going to watch this showcase? And then I looked, and it was like literally 500 people, and I'm like, nobody's going to watch this showcase. And like there's also the whole thing with COD. I think we're going to start with the COD thing because COD is pretty easy to talk about, even though I don't know about you, but I think I liked COD back in the day. Nowadays, it's just like I like RPGs. I like when something has a story, but I also like cool combat. Elden Ring and all that sort of stuff with Sekiro. And I have an ability to flex, but I do like the old school COD. It's the new COD that I don't like in particular. And let me go ahead and
I used to like it in the back in the old days as well a lot. I played it, and I even loved the story. Just playing the campaign. I haven't played a campaign in these types of multiplayer games in forever now.
yeah.
But I love those campaigns. The Modern Warfare trilogy was amazing. Black Ops also had great story.
Yeah, everybody knows
Now,
Price. Everybody knows
Jesus.
Price. Yeah, it's just it's coming to this point.
And the multiplayer too, right? Because I like to play because of the reason that Battlefield 6 also got popular this year, the way that they presented it, actual soldiers in an actual battlefield instead of it being like Nicki Minaj skins running around. They've been dropping the ball hard.
Yeah, I mean, I remember this scene on the screen here. Like, you would clearly see that it's like these motherfuckers are not here to play around, and you would see Price with his like cigar, and that's like literally the only light on the screen. And even as a kid, I knew what the heck that meant because like the detail back then, even now, like the detail on the way the characters looked, it had this Metro vibe to it that I really liked. I love Metro.
Me
Fucking
too.
love Metro. I love,
Great games.
yeah, great games. And it's just it had this grittiness. Like the light was basically saying, all right, like the cigar was like basically saying, all right, fun time's over, it's time to be dirty. And I think like I miss those sort of like cinematic moments. We even had it with Gears of War, like the old Gears of War, where I don't even want to talk about Dom and all those sort of characters. And I think we miss that sort of like that that Americana to Call of Duty that I really miss. I think we've kind of like with Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is a great game, but who is America going up against again? NATO? And I'm just
Yeah.
like I think it was NATO. I
I
Chat,
haven't really played the story mode on that. I just play for the multiplayer.
yeah. But when you play the multiplayer, it's US
Oh,
troops versus NATO, and I'm just like, why can't it just be Russia or China? And I'm just like, well, we don't want to step
is
on
is
anybody's.
it is it US versus NATO? I know
Yes.
NATO is in there, but the other one I didn't recognize. It's just some random shit.
Let me see. 6.
I was trying to find a post here because I saw something about Call of Duty recently and I commented. And but yeah, I can't find it. But
Here it is.
it used to have so much.
So somebody on, well, take this with a grain of salt. This is from Reddit. Somebody says, so I've been playing Battlefield 6 lately, and there's one thing that really kills the immersion for me. You can't tell the factions apart anymore. Every match just feels like USA versus USA. The same uniforms, the same gear, the same voices. I get that this isn't a huge gameplay. And by the way, back in the day with COD, you could literally tell who was the bad guy and who was the good guy. The good guy was the guy in the ghillie suit. The bad guy was the guy with the trench coat. Okay? And he was talking like this, stupid American. And I'm like, yeah, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. So I don't know what we got now, but let me finish because I think he's got a point. I get this isn't a huge gameplay issue, but it's something that really affects the feel of the game. One of the things I always loved about older Battlefield titles was that you felt like you were part of a specific army, whether it was the U.S. Marines, Russian, or whatever. There was a sense of identity, and I think that's the biggest thing that we're talking about here when it comes to Battlefield and COD was the identity. And I wholeheartedly agree with them, where it's just like I'm not sure what the Battlefield 6 story is going to be. I assume that you're going to be a US soldier up against US soldiers, but with Black Ops 7, you fight a giant robot dude. And if you were a kid and you saw this back in the day, you probably listen. You're a kid, you're playing the game, and you'd be like, "Yo, the graphics, yo, giant dude." But at the same time, I think I'm kids aren't stupid. Okay, I'm going to say that first of all. But kids will notice, be like, "Well, he's like."
Yeah,
Last
you
time
know
I
when
checked,
something
yeah,
hits you.
yeah,
You know
no,
when something special hits you.
I
Like you know when you have like it's fantasy and everything, and then you know when you got that one thing that is like that shocks you and marks you in a really good way. And I
mhm,
think the campaigns for the Modern Warfare trilogy, for example, did that beautifully.
yeah, absolutely,
Because
and
they had set pieces too, but the set pieces meant something, and they had like the game got real. There were uncomfortable events like no Russian, for example.
no
That
rush.
shit is as
I'll
memorable as it
never forget
gets,
that one.
and it was shocking.
And then those people that you were shooting up civilians with, like they knew who you were, and before you got onto the vehicle, they blat they knew like you were a spy, and that like and there was that moment. Everybody knows
Yeah.
when the moment where Ghost fell, when and that was a moment where uh like your own lieutenant betrays you and stuff, and Ghost is down and he gets shot, so we get betrayed. I remember those moments specifically where it was. I think when the No Russian thing came out, I shot for 2 seconds and then stopped because like normal citizens just turned and looked at me, and because I didn't know what the heck was going on. Okay, I was a kid. He's like, remember No Russian, and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that means. And so they open it up, and it looks like a whole bunch of people in an airport at an airport, and I'm just like, what are we doing? And then I stop, and it's just chaos, and I'm like, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
And I think
There's that moment of like, because of course when you're a kid you're also, you're not that in tune with storytelling, but then afterward it hits you like, oh wait a minute, like, because those games with the campaigns, they really did push for immersion and everything. So there was that moment also for me where I was like, shit, I don't want to shoot.
yeah, exactly. I stopped shooting. I felt weird, and I think that's when you know you're in the immersion, is when like you care for human life, even though it's a fucking video game. And I think that's and there's moments with old Battlefield games where it's like you're trying to run up on top of a building trying to hold a flag and shit, and you're trying to place the flag, but people are shooting you down and shit, and your boys are trying to have your back. And it's just like you have that same immersion with Metro, where you're about to die because you're surrounded by disgusting monsters, and you so happen to get lucky and somebody shoots the monsters that's on top of you, and his big body's on top of you, and it's disgusting furry bodies on top of you, and he's like, oh, it's Artyom. He's like, oh, he's injured. And I'm like, bro, I thought it was a game over, but it was actually part of the game where you're supposed to lose to that monster. But then they shoot the thing, and there's bugs all over you on the screen. You have to wipe off your HUD with your hand because you got all this dirt and gunk on yourself. And it's that grittiness that people really liked. I think that's why Metro still holds it today as being one of my favorite first-person shooters, where Call of Duty used to have that as well with the grittiness. Now people are looking at the new stuff. I just saw a bitch in fucking Black Ops 7 block burning degree with her arm, and
Yeah, I
I'm
saw that too.
And I saw the two big dudes behind them, like they're on the ground, like fucking what's her name from fucking X-Men? You see that picture where it's Rogue on the ground and Apocalypse is standing up there and her ass cheeks are out? It was like that, but it was the men on the ground, and the woman's like guarding and shit. I'm like, bro, I know I'm gonna sound like a chud.
Yeah,
You did that shit on purpose. Okay,
we know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Like the cat's out of the bag. You remember back in the day when they said like nobody's doing this whole thing with the video game. No, there's no such thing as DEI. And then out of nowhere, when the information comes out, they're like, actually, DEI is a good thing. And I'm like,
yep.
Nigga, so you knew.
It always goes like that. First it doesn't exist, then it exists, but it's actually a very good thing.
And now we're at the point where some of them are like, I don't mean to be woke. And I'm like, what's happening right now? Is that what they're saying now? I don't mean to be woke. And I'm like, oh, we're on the third stage now? I don't mean to be woke. And I'm like, bro, we're slowly healing. We're getting there, but we're slowly getting there. And I think with Black Ops 7 was the shit, we already made the game, so we might as well finish it sort of moment. I think this is the same thing with Blizzard, where WoW has lost its identity, Black Ops has lost its identity, and it's just become this whole sort of well, let me just secure the bag, and then it's always comes to like the developers make the game. There's certain DEI initiatives that are going on. The game is horrible. The game doesn't feel like it is anymore, and then all of a sudden, after because I know certain people get incentives when it comes to ESG and sort of I think the higher ups get something or maybe it's the publishers. I forgot what it is. But as soon as everything is just trash and the dust settles, you hear that the CEO has left. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like it's one of those moments where it's just like you're the captain. You're supposed to go down with the ship, and they're like, nah, I got my money. Like I think a perfect example. Well, this one's a little bit different, where the one black lady was all about pride when it comes to Halo Studios, and she was supposed to be the big person. Like she was supposed to be complete creative designer for Halo Studios, and I was like, she doesn't care about guns, but she cares about pride. She doesn't know anything about Halo, but she cares about pride. She doesn't, no knowledge of Halo, but she cares about accounting and pride. And then all of a sudden we hear that she actually moved from Halo Studios to Riot. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on in Xbox?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Melissa Boone, right?
Melissa Boone. Yeah.
Oh, she was barely a year there. Yeah, she just moved on.
Yeah, she just moved on, and
like a stepping stone or something.
Something like that. And I think we're gonna have this moment with if it already happened. It seems like anything that's tied to Xbox right now is on it's no longer a slippery slope. They're already down the slide to where they need to figure out. We can no longer look to Phil Spencer for bro, are we gamers? No, he's not a gamer. Okay, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I think it's mostly Matt Booty, all that, and I think it's the DEI hire that they have, the one black lady, and it's all a money game. Where I'm starting to hear people say Microsoft more than Xbox now.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. We'll close it off, but what do you think?
In terms of the Microsoft stuff, like they just it's even bigger than that. Like there's such a mishmash of problems going on in there because they got that stuff over there. That whole issue with the identity politics, they want to put it into the games. They want to be progressive, etc. They want to foster this environment. Then all their studios kind of start hiring people. Like, for example, Melissa Boone, she was a big dog. She was like the head of the studio. She'd make high decisions like that. The people who you end up hiring after that, it doesn't even matter if you have a DEI initiative or not. Those people are going to be in there, and their decisions are not going to be aligned with whatever they're making. So you got that problem, and that problem affects the games. If the games are shit, nobody wants to buy them, so the sales are down. But they don't care about that because they want to push the Game Pass. If the games are bad, people don't want to buy the Game Pass either. What's the fucking solution? Kick the prices up in the Game Pass because they're stupid. So now it's overpriced, the games suck. People who they acquired, studios that they acquired have been making games for the longest time. I hoped that Microsoft would be a positive force in that. I hoped that they would have people who they employed to help those things along. I was mad, for example, Bethesda. I was mad in the beginning because I was like, okay, so they used to be third party, and now I'm going to be forced to buy an Xbox if I want to play their games. This was back then.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they're going multi-platform, but yeah, back then I was like, god damn it, now if I want to play Fallout or The Elder Scrolls, I have to get an Xbox. But then, after about a year or so, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I thought maybe it'll be okay because at least they'll have some help and these games will come out faster. They'll have more power, more workforce, more money, but none of this has really happened. If we look at the acquisitions, the games aren't coming out, many projects are cancelled, a lot of games are taking a lot of time to get made. I think, for example, that game came out last year, Hellblade, right? Hellblade 2?
Last year, Hellblade 2, the easily forgotten game that was
Senwa,
yeah,
yeah, that that
Senua's third
that
place.
game I think took them way too long to make. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
was a small game. I don't know why does it take so long to make. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I'm not a game developer. I'm not an expert in this shit, but I just think to myself, if you don't get things out a little faster and your game is that short, your game's going to get forgotten. It's probably going to cost a lot of money anyway, and then you're just going to end up being in a tricky situation where the company wants to kick you out. They
Mm-hmm.
kick out even successes like Tango Gameworks. They made a great game, Hi-Fi
Right.
Rush, and they were like, okay, bye-bye,
Yes, they
fuck you
did.
now, you didn't make enough money or whatever.
And then they finally got them back because this is what they did. The former developers with Tango was like, hey, can we have Tango? And they all of a sudden, out of the kindness of Xbox's heart, they gave it back to them, and now they have complete reign on it. And I'm just like, thank fucking God, because that game was great. And I was just like, so what is success anymore?
They did great work overall. I don't think they
Yeah,
had any big L's over time. I think Evil
yeah.
Within was also pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't spend too much money making the
Exactly.
games.
I'm starting to realize that like maybe I don't need to see the fucking, you know, the hairs on somebody's ball sack. Maybe I just want, you
Yeah.
know, simple game. You know, you do what you can with what you got. Some games that don't even have voice acting are just great. And we got this, like, we got Ball Pit, we got Mega Bonk, you know, we got all these games. We got Escape from Duck Off, and it has no voice lines. Just right before you die, you hear quack quack and and that game has sold 3 million copies. And so it you know you fucked up when there's more grit to a shooting duck game than than this. That's bad. Where I'm just out here sweating like, bro, who's sniping? Who the fuck is sniping me in Escape from Duck Off? And I'm about to lose my loot. Meanwhile, I see this big nigga, and I'm just like, okay, you, you guys need to wrap it up. But I completely agree with you. Where it's just like, I think Xbox
So
is,
many problems.
yeah, they're the fact
They
that
are so
they're
cooked.
fucked. They're so fucking fucked. I'm surprised that they changed the prices to Xbox Game Pass. By the way, don't let anybody ever tell you that the Xbox Game Pass is like, oh, it's still $14.99. No. If it's $30 to have everything like I used to,
Yep. Yeah.
then it's $30.
People only care about the highest tier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that the smaller tier doesn't have its own value, but why do people always sing the praises of Game Pass? It's because the games that release that are first party, they go straight to the Game Pass, and then they have all of this other shit. If you take away all of the shit, which comes from
Yeah.
Ubisoft and EA, and then you take away the first party releases, what do you really have? Sure, there's some nice games in there, but the value is gone and people don't defend it that way. People
Exactly.
always defend it like, yeah, oh, Sony ponies are out here having to pay $70 at launch. Meanwhile, I get mine for free.
Mhm.
So
You can't
we
say
all
that.
know that the value is in having everything, and having everything now costs $30. That's half a fucking game.
I think that's a very important a part that you made is that like our most the thing that that's the most important value isn't it's kind of money, but it's actually time. Why would I spend $30 a month or $70 on Black Ops 7 when I know that's not the kind of Call of Duty game that I want? You're just wasting my time at this point. It's like, so now I gotta unsub from fucking Game Pass, which are they making it more difficult to unsub from Game Pass? I don't think they are.
I haven't heard sorry, I haven't heard anything about that, but I mean, that might be the the next thing.
Yeah,
Might be the next thing.
if
It's
I
like, oh
was an
fuck, guys,
asshole, I would do that.
we can't. We're at $30. I don't think we can go up $30 anymore. But let's figure out some other ways to fuck people over.
Yeah, but anyway, I really, if Call of Duty is not going to change its ways, somebody else will come out and then introduce a game, and that'll be that. That'll be the new thing. And you know what? I'm gonna take the white pill. Is all I'm saying. So there's that.
I mean, just look at that shit. When I saw that for the first time, I thought it was the zombie mode. And even with the zombie mode, I was like, what happened to Call of Duty Zombies? And then
Yeah.
someone says in the comments, no, dude, this is actually the this is actually the campaign.
Oh, I saw it. Where you control your own zombies or some shit, or you're able to buy zombies or something.
I don't even know what's going on. I watched Vera Dark play a little bit of Zombies one night. She was live. I checked it out, and I got bored.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at it, I was like, wow.
Yeah. Unsubscribe fees? Is that it? Is there unsubscribe? No, I don't think there's going to be unsubscribe fees. But I can tell you, somebody said Equilibrium says unsubscribe fees. I haven't seen that yet, but there are initiatives. Perfect example: Final Fantasy 14. You know how fucking annoying that shit is to fucking like you gotta set up your account, you gotta set up your plan, and then all of a sudden, if you're playing the game and you're like, I don't want to play this game anymore, now you gotta siphon through all the Mog Station and all this stuff, and you gotta go on there and be like, yes, I don't want to pay for this anymore. And so you gotta go through tabs and tabs, and then I think getting in is worse than getting out for Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, that's that Adobe
That sounds nasty.
Adobe does do this. You are absolutely correct. Adobe does do that.
Adobe does a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, can I put this down? Did I put it down? There we go. Cool. All right. All right. Let's. Man, it's. I look at Call of Duty and I'm just like, you know what? That's cool. Because I heard Metro's coming back, and I'm ready for that shit. So I just hope they don't change their formula. But here,
I'm concerned about it too.
Yeah.
If a game spends too much money now, it's a huge problem.
Just don't be Star Citizen. That's all.
Because it
I
also
ask.
feels like people are changing their minds and moving away from conventional game design.
Yeah, exactly. Like every time when I hear something
I could see Metro 2033 coming out right now, and there being people calling it boring. And I just don't get that, because that's what I want more of in terms of FPSs, at least.
I think that's the one thing that I like about Ukrainian developers and Russian developers is that they are stubborn about changing their game to be more modern or more casual. I say what you want about Escape from Tarkov. Yes, the fucking cheating, they don't give a fuck. They'll barely take care of it. I mean, they'll happily take your money, but they will not change their game to make it easier. And I'm like, thank fucking God. Like, I remember playing Metro with the whole HUD off, the whole entire HUD off. So now I gotta, when I'm out of ammo, I have to look. I have to look at things. There's no thing popping up saying, hit the square button to pick up this ammo. Nope, you gotta look. And I thought that was like when you're jumped by a monster, you need to hit the Q button, which I kind of find is annoying, but you have to hit the melee button to stab the monster that's on top of you. But at the time, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? The guy's fucking eating my face. And then it was game over. And I was like, I didn't know what to hit. and then I found out. But I missed that. I like that. So I'm a little bit the same thing with what's it called? Atomic Heart. I hope that doesn't change as well. That game,
Yeah.
they got
We'll remain hopeful.
yeah. Okay. Ubisoft delays earnings report and halts trading amid financial strain. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not so sure about when it comes to finances, but I do know when somebody's fucked in like three different ways. We got the investors are angry at them. We got China that's kind of angry at them, but not really. I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think China wants them to fail enough to where they will
buy up more of them.
Buy up more, exactly. I think that's the thing where it's just like, hey, I just want 25. What the fuck does that even mean? That you want like just 20 or 25% of Ubisoft? That is such a parasitic thing to say. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so they see.
And I can't even blame them because Ubisoft
Yeah.
doesn't want to change.
They
still have that French guy ahead of it.
Yeah. Bro, when he said the only thing that he was concerned about was staying in the club, that was it. There was no, oh shit, my employees. He was ready to let those niggas go. But he was not ready to let his family get off Ubisoft. So Ubisoft Entertainment postponed its first half fiscal year 2025 26 earnings report on November 13th, 2025. Basically, right now they're flat broke. Not only are they broke, they owe money. And requested a suspension of trading on its shares and bonds to avoid market validity. The company reported a 20% decline in net bookings to 1 billion for fiscal year 24 to 25, and sold a 25% stake in subsidiary. So they're eating themselves basically. They're more layoffs are coming. Absolutely. I think that's
confirmed.
When China said, I want all the big IPs in that 20 or 25% of Ubisoft, I firmly, if I was in Ubisoft, I'd be like, I'm going to do like Expedition 33 and head the fuck out. If I was not in that 25%, I'd head the fuck out. Because China knows like what the fuck is happening. And it's come to the point where people who have said that Assassin's Creed Shadows was the best thing since sliced bread, I'm not hearing these niggas right now. They are gone. They are out of here. You need to stop coming up on Twitter with your 4 photo mode pictures saying like, oh man, the visuals, the gameplay. I'm over here just like, you got a free copy, didn't you? Just say it. You got a free Synth Potato. I haven't seen that nigga in a while. I'm just Synth Potato. I have not seen him in a while. But what do you think?
The company, like, when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's been a meme all year round. And I don't understand why they do this song and dance, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you shill for it. It doesn't matter how good something looks when it comes to games media. When you're flat broke, you're just flat broke. And now with Tencent, the game is completely changed. Because up until now, of course you can trick people. You can. Games media is a professional in that. They can flip a narrative, make seem like a game is doing better than it is. Then of course if you're an investor, you may be keeping an eye on that and you're thinking maybe this game is not doing so well, but hey, look at the vibe. The vibe seems positive. People are speaking positive. It's like that's the fucking reason. But with Tencent on board, owning parts of them, we know what their plan is. They want the whole thing. We know that all this fucking fake glazing doesn't do anything. It doesn't serve for anything. And then it's annoying because you see several things that you kind of hope for, that several IPs that you kind of have hopes for that they could do good jobs, good work with, like Prince of Persia, for example. But you're not going to get anywhere with these people glazing it.
Mhm.
And Ubisoft is the king of making decisions that don't make any goddamn sense. When it comes to to this rumor here that well, not a rumor, it's confirmed what you said, they're halting it. The
Mhm.
rumor is whether or not this means that Tencent is fully buying them out, or
Yeah.
what. We don't know why they're pausing this, but of course it doesn't smell very good. But alongside this bit of news, I was checking it out and I saw somewhere that some ex-developers from Ubisoft said that they were the ones who are behind that game Dispatch.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but they revealed that they used to have an idea for a Splinter Cell game, and then that didn't pan out, and
Mhm.
that game ended up becoming the X Defiant game. Did you play X Defiant?
I have seen it, but it wasn't up to my liking.
That shit has nothing to do with Splinter Cell.
No,
How
no,
how do you
nobody thought
turn
that.
a Splinter Cell game that people have been asking for? People have been asking, please, let's go back to Splinter Cell. Bring us a new Splinter Cell. Of course, they want it to be good. They don't want it to be basically just like what they do with the Tom Clancy thing now. They
You,
Wildlands and
yeah.
Breaking
You know
Point.
what
They
they
kind of
wanted to
just
do with Splinter
uniformalize
Cell,
everything.
though? You know what they wanted to do with Splinter Cell? They said, "How about we make a cartoon where the one guy that everybody likes in Splinter Cell, and put a black girl boss in it so we can replace him." And I'm just like, no. And then they put the woman from Savant in the TV in the cartoon, and I'm like, why is the Karen from a Savant movie? Why is she related to Splinter Cell? So I'm just like, so they know Splinter Cell is there. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out: does Ubisoft know that Splinter Cell is a thing that they have? And then when I saw that they made that cartoon, I was just like, oh, they know, they just don't care. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So when I saw that, I was just like, you guys are alert. It's Ubisoft is one of the developers where I'm just like, you niggas are allergic to money. You guys are heavily allergic to money, and it's just like everybody knows what Assassin's Creed used to be, and everybody knows what Splinter Cell used to be. Hell, I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Even Watch Dogs had so much potential.
Yeah, watch it, Division had potential.
Yep.
And I think Division was a perfect example of like an open world where crazy shit could happen. I remember going underground underneath the city, and then these random motherfuckers with shields and swords that are not using any sort of like electronics, so you can't detect them, and they're quietly running up at you and silently trying to kill you. And I was like, this is good. And now I think they're still doing stuff for Division. Right now, Tencent owns that and a whole bag. Like Assassin's Creed, Splinter
Far
Cell,
Cry.
Far Cry.
They
They're
got they
owning
got everything that was like the main thing.
the main thing. Exactly. So I think we're way past the phase of like, oh no. Now we're at the phase where like, okay, if China's gonna do better, then can we throw out all the other
I feel
people?
so ambivalent about it. Like I just don't care if
Yeah,
I hear about
I don't.
the layoffs. Everybody takes to Twitter. They try to make people feel bad. But like, what do you want
Oh,
me to
bad.
do?
Well, bad. It's
Like
like
we've been warning them and it's
exactly.
like legitimately warning, because I understand that ever since 2024 or so, it's been very visceral online. I understand that discussions of this nature get very heated. I understand that there's a lot of creators that get very rude and they straight up insult people. I understand that. Sometimes I get a little heated in my own videos. I call people retards, and in my world, saying retard is not a big deal, but to some people, it's like the end of the world. I understand that. But all these years, dude, all these years, going back 10 years already, people have been warning them, you know, in their own way, like, guys, please, this game sucks, can we not do this? Guys, this is repetitive, can we not do this? Guys, Far Cry, for example, Far Cry 5 came out, a lot of people glazed that game. And that's part of the problem, because there was also a lot of people who never played Far Cry before. That was their first Far Cry, and of course the game itself has quality, but if you take the other Far Cries, you notice all the missing features. And so you notice them going away from what used to be a hybrid, but, well, used to be from the second game forward, not the first one. The first one was wilder, but something that has a bit of a hybrid relationship with survival and shooter. And that shit's going all away. You don't hunt anymore. It's all based on XP. There's no hunting anymore. There's no point in going hunting. There's no point in crafting.
By the way, about you saying XP, that's a perfect example, because as soon as when I played, I think it was Origins, as soon as, even though the story was kind of good, as soon as I tried to stealth kill somebody that had a number higher than mine, and I stabbed them in the neck, and it was 150k damage, and he was still alive. And then I was, what kind of fucking neck meat do you got? So I was thinking to myself, no, don't do RPGs. Just don't. Because everybody misses those moments where you're doing double takedowns with a pistol and a fucking rapier, and you're like wall riding, and I'm just like, yeah, go back to that where you would 1 or 2 shot motherfuckers, and go back to that. And I was thinking to myself, okay, please go back to that. And then they didn't.
That's a great example. That's perfect. That's great, because you know, with Origins, it was very divisive. Some people liked it, some people didn't. They were pissed off that they were going the RPG route, and it became the whole thing, like, where you're either an RPG fan or an original fan. I was welcome to the change because I enjoyed the game. I loved exploring Origins. I loved the whole ancient Egypt thing. There were things that I didn't like. Like, I didn't like the parkour was gone. I was pissed off. Like, what? You're not even doing parkour anymore.
Say what you want about Unity. Unity was good. And how many people they put on the screen, bro? When they put so many people on the screen with the whole revolution thing in Unity, I was like, yo, Pete, this is the revolution. There's so many people in front of this church. They're like presentation. And then you see the newer stuff, and the developers are like, whoa, man. You can't put too many people together because the game will break, okay? We need to put 2 people holding boxes over here and 1 person talking to another person over here. You don't, and I miss that whole thing where it's just, even with Vikings, the Viking one, I don't think there was that many fucking civilians. There were civilians, but there were not that many. And I miss the whole crowd coming in and looking at, yo, what the fuck is going on? They're just fighting on the street. I miss those. But you don't,
that nature of it is gone. And that was my concern. And you saw it. You saw it with the transition between Origins and Odyssey. And that was my concern, because Origins was a good experimentation. I enjoyed some parts of it. Other parts, like the neck meat situation, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But then then you jumped to Odyssey. And in Odyssey, the thing that showed me that Ubisoft was cooked was the things that they decided to focus on and not fix. So, for example, the parkour, they only allowed you to press circle to vault. So now if you got in front of a box, you could press circle, and your character would just do a quick vault over it instead of you having to climb it. Everything else was gone, still no parkour, and then there were things that were limited and cool in Origins, and now they were just all over the place. So, for example, you had the Philakitai, which were those cops, for lack of a better word, who roamed the world. They were roaming bosses. There were about 8 of them. Each of them dropped a key. You got the keys, you unlocked an armor. In Odyssey, they did the mercenary system. So now There's no longer cool, unique bosses roaming the world. There's a bunch of randomly generated mercenaries that are a little bit harder to fight than the normal enemies, and they're all over the fucking map.
Yeah.
So that changed. The map, the world itself, was so
Was
big that it
so
was annoying
well.
to just get from A to B.
It
So
was.
you saw these things where they were like, okay, forget about single player experiences
No,
that you
you
can.
forgot one more. You forgot one more thing.
Oh, there's a lot,
They
dude.
they they were they were I think they were
The leveling even got
10
worse
toes.
as well, for
I think they were
example.
10 toes down with being more fantasy.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, they went crazy, and then they scaled it back on Valhalla a little bit, but they didn't scale down the major issue. They went full. We're gonna just do RPGs that are inflated to fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Regular progression is gone. The leveling was even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Way grindier. You really had to get in there, do all the side quests, grind up, get more XP. Otherwise, you'd go to a new region and you couldn't fight a goat. A goat would fucking kill you. They changed a
And
lot,
the
dude.
dialogue is drastically changed. I remember this one bitch that was on top of it was the Ezio days, where I think it was, of course, it was in Italy.
Oh yeah,
And this bitch was just
Caterina.
saying like, "Do whatever the heck you want with my kids. I can make more children." And I'm like,
Yeah, I have the instrument to make more, and she
yeah.
lifts up her skirt.
And I'm like, yo, she's dastardly. Even the dialogue with Black Flag that was pretty fucking insane. And
Yeah.
and there was even a nice romance with Assassin's Creed Unity, and there were a lot of controversial moments with Assassin's Creed 3, where with Kenway when it came to George Washington, which I found really interesting. And it I miss those moments where it's like, yo, you can't, the topics that should just come out obviously, where it's just like, we should have these sort of topics, but now we're in the no phase. Well, we're about to get out of the no phase here real soon, but now we don't get that sort of dialogue. Like, there's too many developers that like to put citizens in their video games, especially Ubisoft, but they don't want to put children in the fucking game. Where they're just like, we'll just put this old dude and this dude and this old dude, and I'm playing Where the Winds Meet, and I'm seeing bandits like fucking try to kill children, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? We're doing this now? So China don't give a fuck. They'll just put children in, and they'll put homeless children in the game in Where the Winds Meet, and we'll talk about this here soon. And they'll either kill them or mention that they're like their family died, and like they're all alone, and there's a lot of homeless children in Where the Winds Meet, and it's this sort of authenticity that I liked with the stories, and Ubisoft used to have that, but now it's just safe. It's safe. Is it woke? Yes, of course it is. But good lord, it's from rags to riches to rags right now with Ubisoft, and I just got to say that they made their own grave. We didn't say what you will about the people saying like, no, Ubisoft is good, bro, and then there's another person saying no, Ubisoft is dead, and I'm like, nigga, we all lost, okay? We all lost, and it's only on Ubisoft, okay? It's not on the person that disagrees with me. It's not on me. It's all Ubisoft. We've already said so much.
And isn't it funny that they defend Ubisoft now, even though they have the whole sexual harassment lawsuit situation?
Tourist.
It's like they just forgot about it. As soon as they started making woke games, forget about the allegations. Ubisoft must be protected now.
Yeah, like I remember the days where like people, around my age, I'm 38, but I remember back in the day where we wouldn't give a fuck about what developers were doing. We just wanted good games. I don't care about some Joe Schmo in the development team saying like, oh, well, we're going through some hard times. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck? You think I give a? It's like yo, we're going through layoffs. What does that got to do with me? What's that? You made it. You remember in Assassin's Creed Unity where you would open a chest and it would open up the Uplay Connect? You remember that shit? I'll never forget that shit. I'd play the game, walk around, having fun, parkouring, open up a chest. These niggas bring up 3 tabs on my fucking PlayStation. I'm like, are you? We're gonna change the subject, but Ubisoft is burning, and we're all fine. So, yeah.
I remember they fired a guy, and this was a thing that was very controversial at the time. But I'm not gonna lie, I did not care. It was Ashraf something. He directed Assassin's Creed Origins, and since I liked Origins, I thought to myself, why should I care? Oh, right, I didn't say why. They fired him because he got into a controversy because it became public that he cheated on his wife. And I was just thinking to myself, dude, I just want a good game. If he made a good game, I really don't care about this personal shit. Like, if we dig into every personal thing with developers, I mean, nobody can make video games. There's like fucking 10 people who can make a video game. It's kind of like with politics, really. Like, it doesn't matter if you are... I don't care if you're left or right. Just don't put it in the game.
It's kind of like the whole thing with Johnny Depp. Did he need to get fired? Fuck no. What he does in his personal life...
And with his situation wasn't even fucking true.
With his personal life, I don't give a fuck. It's like, I just want more of Jack Sparrow. You know, it's one of those... It's like so what? It's like, oh, my wife shit the bed. Well, he slapped me this one time, I think. And I'm like, nigga, both of y'all shut up. Separate and make movies. He's like... The only thing that people cared about that was the memes and the funny shit, and that, you know, hashtag me too. But it's definitely, you bring up something very important where it's just like developers are so quick to let certain people go, but keep certain activists and like terrorist sympathizers. Like with the whole thing with Ghost of Yote, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely with Antifa. And I'm like, nigga, you do realize that the president just, they're considered terrorists. He's like, why would you say that? And I think that's why Critical Role doesn't show that bitch on their show anymore. Because you say what you will about Critical Role and Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer's like, easy there. Hey,
you gotta be careful though.
Don't come on my show. So I can respect Matt Mercer for that, but it's like why, when you start to let go of veterans that are like conservative, and then you keep the people that are activists and like terrorist sympathizers, it goes in people's head where it's just like, okay, so this is our focal point. This is what we focus on. But yeah, it's a pattern recognition thing, and yeah, it's crazy. I also forgot to add this as well for the whole Call of Duty thing real quick. I forgot to show this, but I'm going to show it right now. This right here. By the way, Independent Courier says Christmas every day. AAA is cooked. Fallout 4 broke as fuck. We do need to talk about that. I should have added that to the title. We do need to talk about that. But thank you so much, Independent Courier. Appreciate it. You're completely right. But yeah, Black Ops. When your user, or I'm not going to say users because I hate that term. Gamers said 1.6, and then this one obviously 84. When you say 80, which is weird because I thought they didn't like AI. Isn't there AI inside Call of Duty Black Ops 7?
Yeah. The art, they use it for art on there. Okay, like calling cards and shit like that. They use AI for it as well.
So they use AI for Arc Raiders, but since Arc Raiders isn't that big, they don't really care, so they'll flame it. But they will be okay with it if it's literally Activision that has a lot of money.
Pretty much.
Understood.
Yeah.
Are we on the same page on that, or is it just me?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't. What's even to be surprised about?
Yeah.
We know how they operate. You know,
Yeah.
you
I,
gotta.
listen.
There's some people you can't cross.
Listen. I'm not a mathematician, but I do know how to count to 10. But it's wild. This since we were talking about where the winds meet, I do want to talk about this, but I'm going to show you something. Uh, that somebody made. Oh man, did I take it away? That's fine. Somebody made Michael Jackson in Where the Winds Meet. That was fucking
I saw
hilarious.
it. I saw it in game, and I saw it on Twitter.
um, but yes, as we have two things I want to discuss in regards to Where the Winds Meet, and I think this is one of the big ones where the winds meet for IGN. Where the Winds Meet has a great understanding of what makes wuxia such a compelling genre. But first of all, IGN, when you say Where the Winds Meet has a great understanding of what makes wuxia such a compelling genre, stop acting like you know what wuxia is, okay? You make it sound like you're the arbiter of what Chinese fantasy is. Don't you? Doesn't it sound like that? Like, oh, it's like they understand, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nigga, IGN, stop acting like you know what it is. But anyway, let's continue. But its attempt to shove so many different things into the game only ensures that none of those elements reach their full potential. I actually heavily disagree because, well, first when I heard that, I thought maybe they might have a point with the side stuff. I actually enjoy the side stuff because I played it myself, of course, and so did you. And some of those where you can have conversations, you can sort of have a card game, you could play all these sort of side content. And by the way, this is not a new thing for open world games to have different mini games. This is not a new thing. So for them to look at this and be like, it's like, oh man, all this stuff that doesn't even matter. And I'm just like, last time I checked, like a whole bunch of games have side content and also the obvious gameplay and the combat mechanics. But don't come up to me. Don't come up to me and say that it's worse than Concord. You wanna say that the story. Oh wait, is this Battlefield 6 thing mediocre on its campaign or the game overall? It's a staggering spectacle to behold at times, and it's a treat for the ears at others. But when it comes to mission design and an engaging plot, it fails to deliver. It's about the story. Okay, if you want to say that, by the way, 5 is not mediocre. 5 is just good. 5, it's average. Okay, I don't know why they do this whole 7 thing. I know why they do it. I know why they do 7 out of 10s. But to say, I think this is why they'll get layoffs for the rest of their life until they're replaced by AI, is because they gave Concord a 7 out of 10 and that game barely survived 2 weeks. Like you cannot play the game. And then you see something like 9 out of 10 and you're just like, and this is another thing where somebody will see this and it's like, so Veilguard is better than Where the Winds Meet. Let me say something about the story of Where the Winds Meet, and I'm not going to try to spoil it. All I'm going to say is there are 3 characters in the main story of Where the Winds Meet that I actually care about. Do I care about anybody in Veilguard? Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck that bird. Fuck the Indian bitch with one leg. Fuck the girl that always cries, the Asian chick. Fuck the dude that has a demon inside of him, but we're all cool with it. You know, fuck the corpse guy. or Death Guard. Fuck the non-binary. Okay, all right. It's like fuck that bird. Fuck the black elf. Uh, all of it. All of it. So okay.
Nah, man, it's a 9. Don't you see? It's a 9 out of 10, bro. It's one of
You're
the
right.
best games that
You're
were
right.
ever made. It
You're,
can't even be. It's a
my,
return to form, man.
it is a return to form. My bad. My bad. You know what, guys? After hearing that for 5 seconds, I've turned over a new leaf. Okay. You know what? We should play Veilguard right now. but it's I do want to say that nobody really agrees with IGN. It's at this point where they're just we just want to
A meme.
at this point we just go to Concord and Veilguard, and every time when they do a review, we try to compare it now. That's who they are now. Okay? They have 18 million people subscribed to their YouTube channel, and only 17,000 people watch their reviews.
That's rough.
That's bad, man. And so you'll see. Let me go ahead and bring this up, and you'll see. I'm pretty sure there's a better way of doing this, but that's fine. There's one thing that I do have a problem with, and it's a thing. So, when you do something like this, where you make your character, and in the trailer it says male and female, and you're like, thank God, China, thank God, thank you, China. Finally, we can have some normalcy. Because finally, we don't have crazy localizers. And then these motherfuckers thought, and I don't want anybody coming up to me saying like, it's not that big of a deal. Then why did they change it? Then why did they change it to this?
Somebody got on their ass somewhere.
So I want to add something to this as well, because I did play the game. I know some people are just like, well, you didn't play Yote. You don't need to play Yote to understand Yote. Okay. All right. You just need to see the last 5 minutes of the story and be like, oh, so this is what we're doing. But when I saw this, I was just like, didn't I just see was male and female? Okay, localizers, because we know about who died in Square Enix, the localizers, the English people. Those people, are there still more people that are like woke infested in Square Enix? Of course, but their time is running short. Of course, they're still there. I remember somebody up on Twitter that was pointing out all the bullshit and all the people that are woke activists that really don't mind conservatives getting shot and killed. And then there were some people saying, oh, we really don't like to have white people, have a job here, so anybody else is just fine. So when you hear that, you're just like, you gotta go. You gotta fucking go. You gotta fucking go. So I don't want to hear anybody say something like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. It is a big of a deal, because then you put your ideology over the video game, which we come here to what? Escape. And so when we see this, we see a pattern recognition. I didn't think I was going to see this in a Chinese game, but I guess here we are. I guess they need English logos. By the way, they did a patch on this, by the way. There was a patch that was saying, like, we optimized the game and changed a few text localizations. And I was like,
there it is.
What's the bug fix? It was called improved in-game performance issues on Steam. That's good. It's fixed an issue with abnormal gaps in storyline subtitles. Yeah, I played a female in this game. They kept on calling me a dude. Some of them did, and then some of them called me female, which was weird. And then isn't there another one? There was more. I think that's it. I think the storyline subtitles. But basically, if I see, this sucks because I do want to talk
It's
about
never
this.
gonna go away
It's
without them
never
getting.
going to go away. As soon as Asimov makes a fucking video about it, then they close the comment section and then they do an update. And I'm like, God damn it, I talked about it first. But it doesn't matter as long as they fix the game that I like. That's all that fucking matters. It's like, I'm just like, bro, can anybody hear me? This shit's annoying. And then nobody says anything. And then Asimov like, so check this out. And then within 30 fucking minutes, they closed the comment section. I wanted to get information on the indie showcase, and he checked out the comment section, and I wanted to check out the video for myself, and they closed the comment section, and I'm like, bro, see, like the whole thing with the Gamescom thing and the Take Us North thing.
Yeah.
It was like a CIA mission where they had to kill every fucking. They had to destroy evidence and then kill the employees and shit. And I'm just like, well, that's fine as long as they know that's what I care. And this is not going to stop me from playing the game. I think this is a wonderful game, and even though some characters call me a man and some characters call me a woman in the game, it's still a good game. But there's obviously there's some Mandarin players on here that are talking about it on Steam in the Steam forums, saying what the hell is going on. I think I can pull it up right now. Let me go ahead and check up the community. Oh, no, thank you. And I do not care how small it is. I do want to bring it up just to alleviate the conversation. And I think this is great that people are having these sort of conversations and less people are saying like, well, there's still going to be people saying like, this is stupid. The game's still great. And let's see, in the forums for Where the Winds Meet, there's, which one do you want? Game needs a dodge button, LGBTQ plus representation. Let's see. Menu freezes when hitting escape. That didn't happen to me. But shaved head hairstyle. What? No. There it is. I know it's somewhere. But yes, Dezembro is my European superhero of gaming. Dezembro's great. He's really smart dude. Really smart dude. I think Des, you mentioned something in regards to like I'm just a dude that goes to work and then I see my games, change, and I just had to make a YouTube channel. And I think we're kind of in the same boat where like I used to be a line cook, I used to be like a truck driver and all this stuff, and I'm just a regular dude, and you'll see the changes to the stuff that you like. And it's just it's heartbreaking, but
you see them getting worse, and
yeah.
and you see them getting worse, and you see that people can't talk about it. They can't criticize it because immediately they get mobbed. So if you can't criticize it, you can address the problem. You can address the problem, you can fix the games.
No, exactly.
Shit needs to change. The Overton window needs to change.
Yep.
These things need to get addressed, otherwise it's not going anywhere. And even small things like this body type shit, it's like, of course it's not going to impact the game. You can still enjoy it, just like I talked about it in my Oblivion video, because there was a big split and people were being very hardline. Like, just because of the body type thing, they were calling people who were playing the game all kinds of shit. And of course it's gotta understand that people aren't playing Where Winds Meet or the Oblivion remake because there's a fucking body type slider, or not a slider, a button body type. They're playing it because the game is good.
Yeah,
that's still garbage. If you form a game around that type of ideology, what do you get? You get Dragon Age Veilguard.
Mm-hmm. And just like Dragon Age the Veilguard, it took from Inquisition to Veilguard, it only took one orange man for them to go fucking nuts. That's all it fucking took. And so I'm just over here just like, why are you guys changing shit? And then you see their Blue Sky account and you're like, oh. So you, and it makes you sound crazy because you're just like, they changed my game because they want to cut their dicks off. And then you might say something like, that's not it. That's not it at all. And then you see this, and then people are like, yeah, they're kind of right.
And that's why my videos are 40 minutes long.
Exactly.
Because if I just say, hey, they want to change the game because they want to cut their dicks off, then everybody would just be like, what the fuck is this guy? He's fucking crazy. So, that's why there was that first Veilguard video ever, the Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard's problem with inclusion, or, oh no, the truth about Dragon Age Veilguard's inclusion. And it was like 38 minutes long or something, because I explained the whole thing and I showed the director's thoughts on Dragon Age, which was this whole page. I don't know if you ended up seeing it, but there was this whole page where a diary page, right, where BioWare interviewed their people like, hey, what do you think about Dragon Age? What are your feelings towards the franchise? What do they mean for you? And the entire page was just identity politics. So forget about Dragon Age. It was all about identity politics and how it's a game for everybody to be included and feel like there's a home there for them to be propped up and given confidence and all this shit. And that's why the videos are long, because if I just go in and I just say, hey,
it still doesn't work. It is still
yeah, you'll still have, you can lay it out, and there's still going to be people who just dismiss everything
they
you
saw
say.
your thumbnail and was like, I'm just gonna take it off of this, and then just scream into the void. They'll look at your title or your thumbnail and be like, let me just say this and quickly run away. And I'm like, nigga, what? Don't do that. Did you watch my video? So it's by the way, independent courier said, God bless all of us normies, AA and Linux for the win. A lot of people are going to Linux. I think Adobe and Windows are slowly going down. But go ahead, Des. Go ahead.
That happened again earlier today. There was this post from this guy named Nicola. I don't know if you're aware of him. He's got a lot of woke posts or PlayStation posts. He grabbed those lists of creators, the list that have been going around with a bunch of content creators. No. Nicola Marseille or something.
I did see the post.
Some shit like that. Yeah, so he took those and let me see if I can find it over here.
By the way,
there it is.
I want to say something in regards to that. If you have the time and the energy to go through each and every one of these Twitter profiles and take a picture of them and then block them and then unblock them just to get information and say something and then block them again, you're a sociopath. Okay? And sociopath is really close to psychotic. Okay?
Yes, something's not working up there.
When you don't want to talk to somebody or you don't like someone, like I don't want to talk to Angry Joe and I don't like him. Do I go to his stuff and say stuff and take snips and snaps of him? No. I move on. But to take, how many of those profiles was in that thing? Like, I'm curious. I think there was there was Grums on there. There was Asmongold. There was I think there was Kada. There was so many people.
Yeah,
on
Grums, Asmongold, Veradark, Smash AT, Stuttering Crag, Endymion, Razorfist, Master of the TDS, and his wife, the Riding Raven, Cabrutus, Savvy, Kirsha, J Viper, V, Kada, Jeremy Prime, Ryan Kindle, Andy Pants, Flash, Hypnotic, Learning the Law, Pirate Nation, Chibi Reviews, Arthur, a game developer, and Cult Games.
So it's just a whole bunch of people that they hate.
Yeah, and some of them are a certain way, others are just totally normal fucking people.
Yeah. So
because I understand that there's some people on the list who have more extreme opinions, but the majority of the people here, just people with different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're crashing out over it. And this guy just posted that, basically tried to say that he posted this list and then he posted the other list, which someone made as a reply with a bunch of woke accounts, and game developers as well, and game journalists. And he just posted that the ones on
Can
let's
I
say
have you
our
show
side.
the? Can I
Oh,
have you
I
show?
can send it to you if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't
Can you present
through.
on your screen, or
I have
you
no
can
idea how to do that.
send a link? That's fine. That's fine. Um, because this Nick guy. By the way, it's the Unreal Engine 5 for Where the Winds Meet. By the way, is it?
Oh, as well.
I mean, hold on. Let me check. Uh, because the game is smooth as fuck. No, Messiah Engine. Haven't I heard this before? What's the Messiah Engine? It sounds familiar. Metro 20 2033 engine. No, that's the 4A engine. Good engine. But yeah, go ahead and
I sent them to you through X.
gotcha. Okay.
I'm not gonna send you my reply because it was a long one, just basically laying out certain things like hypocrisy. Because what he's saying is absolute bullshit. You can read this little post on top. What he's saying is absolute bullshit. And so I just wrote a long reply talking about how, the hypocrisy of their side. Game journalists attacking Black Myth Wukong because it wasn't diverse enough. The same thing happening to Stellar Blade because Eve was hot.
Wait a minute.
The same thing happened with Final Fantasy 16 because also not enough black people. And I got a
remember
reply that
this
I'll
guy.
send you here as well. Yeah,
I remember this guy. No, Asmongold was talking about like this nigga really likes PlayStation.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Asmongold also talked about him. He also talked about the other guy, the earlier this month, Synth Potato.
Mm-hmm.
Because they both attacked him. Because there you go. They can't handle the dude having a different opinion, and especially having the most popular one.
So let me get this straight. It's like you got mad once by some you got Asmongold once, and your thing was like, let me just do it again. So this is who you're gonna be from now on, and I'm amazed because some of these people I don't even fucking know. Like some of them I don't even fucking know. So
Same.
for you to just dig and be like, I can't. What do you think about this Nick dude? Do you think he's got them all blocked or all like, he must have some of them blocked?
Oh, he probably has a lot of those guys blocked.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have them blocked, then they're just there to make him mad.
So he says the difference between these two groups is one is open-minded and plays games and enjoys games, talks about games, cherishes games, and the other one sees an unconventionally attractive main character and calls for a boycott while not even playing what they claim to enjoy. That last line is complete and utter fucking bullshit. Because we play games every fucking day.
Yeah, what he described up top, the first paragraph, he described a lot of the people who are on this picture. Like I said, I can't speak as to all of them because I don't know all of them. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the people up there on that on this picture here, a lot of them do exactly that. They play games, they talk about games, they just stand against the ideology, the agenda. And who brought the ideology first? It was the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It was activists. It was leftists. That's who brought all of that shit into the fold to begin with. Those people, the games industry, the games journalists, etc., they created that whole goddamn picture right there. My channel is the same thing. I exist because they fucking did what they did. And are still there. If they didn't do it, what the fuck would I be doing? I'd be playing video games.
Yeah.
And working.
That's true. Yeah, I'd be working too. So, you did not put David Jappy in this shit. You did not put... Okay, you did not put Kate's husband.
This Kate shit right here, this list right here was made by someone else that's called as a response to the first list.
Oh, this is a response. Okay.
This list, so the first list was made by an account called Yorch Torch. Are you familiar with him? It's the
Yeah.
guy who goes gamers and then he writes some bullshit.
He actually calmed down on that one, but yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He stopped. Now he doesn't do the gamers, comma, and then the rest of the sentence.
I kind of
And
want him
this,
to go back.
yeah, me too. and then this list was made by someone else who I don't really know anymore. I think maybe it was KMAD or maybe not. I don't know. Whoever the fuck it was who made this list was as a response like, these are the true people who are actual gamers and who stand for gaming and game developers and blah 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 blah.
Didn't
That's
Kate
the
Bush
context
try
of the
to
list.
dox somebody?
Oh, well, who the fuck knows what that guy gets up to?
And Andy Cortez said something stupid like, "Yeah, you just make it makes sense for people to make characters that look like them." How the fuck does that work? How does that is even that's the level of stupidity on just that.
And
Sorry,
he says
guys.
a lot of stupid
I
shit.
can only make black dudes that have dreads and glasses. What? What? Oh my god! Didn't they work in Kind of Funny? Didn't these motherfuckers try to make me vote for Kamala Harris? You think I fucking forgot about that shit? And who else is here? I don't know.
He lies and misrepresents so many things so blatantly.
Alana Pierce. I listen. I don't really care too much about. I think she shouldn't have lied about the art and stuff, and lied about the whole Wukong devs crying or something like that. Like she made up some bullshit that they were like, they were upset about not winning Game of the Year. I mean, it's normal to not. It's normal. It was one of those moments where I'm like, mind your business, bitch. What are you doing? Mighty Keith is, yeah, he can be wrong sometimes, but he didn't call for the death of Charlie Kirk. So I know I did. Did I just see Alyssa Mercante? Are you labeling her as a gamer, bro? Bro, she don't, bro. Her pussy is used more than her controller. So why would you put her on that list, bro? Why the fuck would you put her on the list, bro? And I checked. Anyway, let's move on to the Paul Tassi. You mean the guy that said Black Myth Wukong is blowing up only because of Chinese people? That nigga? You think I fucking forgot about this shit? I will never get Paul Mandarin Tassi. I will. Okay, Paul Mandarin Tassi. But Jason Schreier's up there. First of all, most of these, I'm surprised that's not a Blue Sky account. I'll be honest. But yeah, the top of the charts, motherfucker, bro. Why is his whole face shaped like a lima bean? But bro, this lit, bro. I'll be honest. This list just makes me laugh. Okay, I'm not even upset. I'm not even upset that he said like these are true gamers. I'm just laughing. I think the person that put this up, is even laughing too. I'm pretty sure he's laughing. He doesn't believe this shit. So it's just like, didn't David Jaffe make a sexual statement at Alyssa Mercante one time?
Yes.
Like, yep. And then she was like, "Stop!" And I was like, "Wow, that was easy." Usually, you would get like, a cease and desist. But Khalif is, wait, what's his middle name? Khalif Positive what?
I think that's about it. Khalif Positive Adams, probably.
Bro.
It's a funny list. It's a very funny list.
You don't have to put your name Positive in the middle just so you can try to grasp a certain audience and be like, yo, I'm not toxic like those guys. I'm Khalif Positive Adams. I gotta get the list down. I
Toxic positivity, Adams.
Toxic positivity Adams. That was hilarious. And then somebody at the bottom says they're not gonna let you hit, little bro.
Yeah, yeah. I did the whole comment explaining, like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about that? And that's the response I got.
Okay. All right. Yeah, but about where the winds meet, I'll just mod it back to male and female. I was hoping that I could make a second character to where the winds meet, but the game is good. It's great. I definitely suggest people play it. It's free, and the stuff that is on the store is just cosmetic. So it's kind of like um, um, Marvel Rivals. You don't really gain too much from it. The only thing that's annoying about this game is that you have to go through several tabs to claim rewards, and of course, you knew that was going to come, but I fucking hate it. But that's fine. But the game has so much, and the side stories are interesting, and the main story has piqued my interest. But we will move on from that. How are you enjoying the game?
I only played a little bit of it so far,
Mhm.
like a few hours, maybe 5 or 6, maybe around that time. I spent a lot in the fucking character creator. That was
Yeah.
incredible. This the level of detail and variety is pretty
Mhm.
crazy. As for the game itself, if you guys like, for example, the best thing about it is that it's free.
Yeah.
Anybody can just give it a shot. I always have a tough time with these kinds of games. That's why I was pretty happy that they put it up for free. I didn't have to pay for it because there
Yeah.
was actually a thing that you could have bought this game for 18 euros.
Hmm.
And before it came out, like you could pre-order it for that amount of money. Like I don't know if maybe it came with extra currency or
It
not.
was a founder's pack or something like that.
Oh, so yeah, I almost bought it thinking that that was going to be the price because I actually thought this game was going to be like some sort of Souls-like type of thing, but turns out that no, it wasn't. And as for the game itself, I enjoy like several aspects of the gameplay. I like the freedom that they put into it. I like the combat a lot. I think that the variety in the skills that you can use,
Yeah.
the variety in weapons, all of this stuff has always been and the flashiness, right?
Yeah.
Those almost like anime moves. These are all things that I really enjoy when it comes to fantasy, and sometimes
By
we
the
don't
way,
get
you
that
make
over
a
here
good point though.
in the West.
That even though it's flashy, it's not too flashy. Some of these Korean and Chinese games or Japanese games go too flashy to the point that I don't know where the enemy is. So you're just doing all these flashy moves, and I'm like, I need to know if he's going to hit me so I can parry. Where they actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like stylish.
yeah, there are moments where you won't be able to see him. If you have the umbrella, you ain't gonna see shit. So I'm just hitting parry, parry, parry the whole time. So I'm just guessing. So
I see
but
like a lot of talent in them.
yeah,
I see like a lot of talent in the developers, the way that they do things, but ultimately the type of game itself, not really my kind of thing because of the way that it's designed. It's designed for longevity.
hmm,
You gotta play it. It's a live service. You got a lot of stuff to unlock.
yeah.
You want to use a weapon, you gotta have those martial arts. The martial arts have to be acquired in a certain place or after
By
certain
the way,
levels.
the martial arts it makes the builds even more fun
Yeah,
because you can't really use the weapon without a martial art. But now I'm in my head like, so you could have like the sword, but you can have different combos depending on your martial arts, which even expands the level of builds that you can do. And the consumables actually can help with those said things. So I got these flaming things that I can put flames on my umbrella and then do flame damage. And then you can siphon between your first weapon and your second weapon. And I'm just like, bro, I got builds in my head. So I like build variety, is all I'm saying.
me too. And That's the kind of thing that games like these from China and etc. they really impress me. But in terms of like one of the things that I didn't like, right? So in the beginning, there's a lot of dialogues to go through.
Hmm.
Every other place that you go to got a lot of dialogues. You got a lot of, oh look, you can do this or you can do that, or now you got to talk to some guy serving tea. Now you got to be the one serving some tea or serving some wine.
That was
There's a
annoying.
lot going on getting in front of me,
Hmm.
and they're telling me that little story. And then little characters also have their own little things that they have to tell you in regards to the story, like some personal stuff. They're trying to do world building.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that, but at the same time, when I play games like these, I'm definitely one of the guys who's like, okay, put the gameplay in the
Yeah.
bag
Show
and
don't
let's
tell.
keep going. But it makes me excited for when these studios start making more like single player geared games.
Hmm.
Black Desert is a good example. You got Black Desert Online, also a lot of really impressive gameplay stuff,
Hmm.
but it's online. I tried it out. I didn't. Like I said, these kinds of games don't gel with me very well.
Yeah.
But Crimson Desert, I'm excited as fuck for that
Yeah, I'm
game.
excited for that. I don't. I like what you just said. Like I like it solo because I'm in the world and I'm immersed. But if you put it in the co-op area, you're gonna see a whole bunch of characters piled up on the one character you're trying to talk to. So it's just a whole bunch of characters with like glowing cosmetics, and then I have this lady in the middle. It's like an MMO, so it's just a whole bunch of Asians surrounding me, and I'm trying to listen to the lady, but people are making noises and emotes everywhere, and I'm like, back to solo, back to
That's one of
solo.
the reasons why I couldn't get into the Elder Scrolls Online way back then, because I was a huge Skyrim fan. And then there was no more Skyrim to play, so people said, hey, try out ESO. I tried it. I really couldn't get into it. Like, way too many people standing in front of a fucking NPC in
Mhm.
like a remote island or some shit. Like, the guy is alone. You gotta go talk to him because it's important, and there's like 50 people just crowded around him. Some of them are naked because,
Of course.
of course, there's the guys who play
They're doing
naked.
that emote from like Final Fantasy 14 where they're naked and they're just doing butt shakes. Yeah, it's something like that. And somebody's doing like fucking musical like fucking it's Limza Lominza. It's Limza Lominza from Final Fantasy 14. Everybody knows not to go to Limza Lominza. It's Skid Row. Okay? It's Skid Row. Everybody it, it's it's like a pride parade, but it never ends. I never go there. I just pick up my money and leave. But yeah, that's I think the only I think there's another thing that I don't like about Where the Winds Meet is if there's AI like I don't care about the AI. It's the fact that when the AI doesn't work and it sounds like your voice is warped or something like that, and like they'll try to speak it out of nowhere. They'll just be like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." I'm like, whoa, 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 let's go, calm down, Jamal. And I think that's why the score was lowered. Honestly, I
The
think
thing
that's
that annoys me about the score being lowered is that sometimes IGN does serious reviews where they can be taken seriously because they actually go after the negative points.
mhm,
But it's selective. They
mhm,
only do that shit for games that don't matter or for them, games that don't matter for them, right? Because when it comes to Veilguard or Avowed or whatever,
yeah,
they're not going to do that. They're going to go with the, oh, well, we can't score this too low. So
mhm,
that's why it always annoys me. And even when they give a 6 to Where Winds Meet, where you could go like, oh, they have complaints, they have similar complaints that I have. Well, first of all, there's a thing there that needs to be addressed. If you're going to review this kind of game, you gotta go look through your fucking organization and get a reviewer that enjoys this kind of game.
yeah,
Like, I couldn't review this game
mhm.
properly because this is not my kind of game. I always have issues with these kinds of games because I just can't get into them. It's a personal thing. So I'm not going to be the one doing the review and telling people, why can't I do this that I do in my single player games? Like, of course you can't do it because it's not that kind of fucking game.
And
So you gotta get the right reviewer for it.
Don't let Alana Pierce say something where she said like, "Well, it's a different person per review," and I'm like, "Nah, nigga, y'all are a hive mind, Okay,
Yep.
you guys are a hive mind. So don't come to me saying like, oh, well, this guy named John and this person named Mary, they're two different people. So it's
And
not
they
according
always
to them.
represent the brand.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
always represent the brand. You always got to keep that in mind. Now, if you had a normal brand and you had like a normal, let's say, I don't know, like business mission or whatever, where you're like, we are the most objective
yeah,
game reviewers. We will always be honest. We will always be pro gamer. Blah 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 blah. Then, of course, if you have this one succinct thing that you can focus into, you can have coherence. But they don't.
no,
They have a whole other thing where if a game comes out and it needs to be protected, if it's some kind of ideological symbol, they're going to glaze it. And if it's not, then they're going to shit on it.
yeah, and don't forget, they've ignored games too. They've ignored indies for a very long time, where it's just like, oh, everybody likes Megabonk. Is IGN talking about Megabonk? No, everybody likes fucking Escape from Duck Off, or even what's the other game? Ball Pit. Nobody's talking about it. Well, what about Schedule One? What? No, they don't want to talk about it. And I'm just like, nigga, what the fuck do you want? You want another Veilguard? You want another Veilguard? Well, I'll give you another Veilguard.
They definitely want another Railguard. Like you can even read it. They definitely, you can read on their little review the last paragraph or some shit. If we don't get another Dragon Age, at least the series is going out with a bang. And it's like 9 out of 10. Why the fuck wouldn't we get another one if it's a 9 out of 10, buddy?
And then they made a small article after Veilguard came out, and they said, you know, there's something I actually don't like about Veilguard. And I'm like, oh, now you're talking. like it was the most quiet article that just was thrown away, like to just save face, and was just like,
well, there was a lot of them. I went looking for a video of mine. There was like The Gamer had a bunch of them. Do you know The Gamer, the news outlet?
Gamer, yeah, I hate The Gamer.
Oh my god, they had so I put them side by side in the video, like the glazing on one side and then a few slightly negative videos, like
I'm not so sure about the story. Or, the writing is a little bit awkward.
Smaller.
I'm not so sure about eliminating all of the choices that we made along the way.
But very little articles over there in between the major glazing ones.
They'll always say it like this, like, even though this game has some tough armor, it's got a few kinks and dents. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. The armor has disintegrated, and everybody knew that by watching the first trailer. So, speaking of fucking activists, we have this. Kotaku says there's just no way Claire Obscure Expedition 33 should be up for Indie Game Awards. Piss off, I have to say. And so when we see this, it's so mind-boggling, because in here it reads that they kind of like the game, but it's not considered Indie Game Awards material, which is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit across the board. How is it that you put Silk Song in there and Hades in there? Well, wait, these are the nominees. Wait. So let me get this straight. So why did you put it in there? So they are in there.
Yeah, their point is that it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. But they are indies.
They don't see Expedition 33 as an indie. Well, first of all, they don't like the game. Let's just fucking call it what it is. But it's also because Clair Obscur is a bit of it's a complicated case, because it's both indie. It started that way. It started with like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2023, it got a publisher, which is a very small publisher. It's Kepler. If you check out their games, they're all a bunch of very small games. And that publisher allowed them to expand their team a bit more and expand the project to be a little bit bigger, let's say, because they managed to become more established with about 30 developers after their little deal with Kepler. But the game still began as an indie project with about 5 people, and all the stories about how they came through those 5 people are all true, like the ex-developers from Ubisoft, the guy who made the music being some random dude on fucking SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
All of this shit is true. It's just that it's a bit of a complicated thing there, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's being made a big deal right now. And I think it's going to be a point of discussion going forward into the future. And I think that we just need more categories, basically, because indie is no longer just some dude lonely in a bedroom making a game on his own. Indie is now also independent teams from veteran developers. Like, I don't know the name right now, dude. I wish I could tell you, but I wasn't really... I forgot. There's this game being made right now, which is a cyberpunk shooter. I think it's going to be like a team-based thing. And the game looks insane. It looks like it looks like a next-gen game. It looks like a AAA production. And it's a shooter. It's in a cyberpunk city. Very grimy, very gritty, super detailed. And some of the developers working on it are veterans from other studios, alongside some new talent. It's still an indie studio, but it's obviously something that you can't compare to, for example, Schedule 1 or Megabonk, which are made by a single guy. And so there's going to be this discrepancy going forward because the future is indie.
Yeah.
I see the AAA scene crashing down, and then there's going to be the indie developers carrying that weight and basically becoming the new AAA, like these guys here from Expedition 33, Sandfall, basically making a banger, making a lot of money, and then they get a publisher or they continue self-publishing, but they do their own thing and they have a lot of money. Like, for example, CD Projekt Red, hilariously, was technically an indie studio because they were independently publishing all the way up to Witcher 3, and Witcher 3 was still independently published in either America or here in Europe, and then they used Bandai Namco to publish elsewhere.
Yeah.
So basically, in a way, CD Projekt Red was kind of independent for a while, but not really. And so that's going to be that kind of issue going forward, where some studios are indie, some projects started just like the roots of indie, but then they figured out ways to get themselves funded. Like, there's a lot of government funding now. Governments giving money to certain studios, certain countries, of course, not all the countries. Like, if you go to, I don't know, fucking Zimbabwe, they're probably not going to fund your game. But in Europe, in America, and in Canada, there are grants that help studios get established, independent studios, to create their own games. So it just doesn't work the same way anymore to just say something like, if you get any funding at all, you are no longer an indie developer and you don't belong in the Indie Game Awards. I still think that Expedition 33 belongs there because, god damn it, man, they were working at Ubisoft. They took a gigantic fucking risk. They said, fuck this company. They're making garbage. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to throw my head into the ring, and I'm going to
literally
put
the
everything in
the
it.
indie right there.
Yeah, like, I'm going to do what they don't want to do, and I'm going to risk it all. I'm going to put my money on the line. I'm going to create my team, and I'm going to give it my best shot. And then things were going so well that, of course, it attracted newer opportunities for them. So they found Kepler, and they used it to grow even further and complete the game that they wanted to make.
That is the definition of indie.
Yeah, that, to me, that's still like an indie thing. Like, you could say that their next game should not be considered an indie. That's fine. But this one, this shit was indie.
Yeah, and they
This
even
shit
have
was
the
indie that
definition
just
right
broke
here.
through the ceiling.
The definition we tend to rely on is a developer having the independent freedom to create in an unrestricted environment and fully swing for the fences and realizing their vision. Well, then, motherfucker,
that shit doesn't even mention any funding.
That could
That
be
is Expedition to a T.
That's Expedition, and it's I firmly believe indie is basically, do you own this game? Yes. Are you making this game? Yes, you're indie. Done.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm pretty sure that Kepler doesn't own the Clair Obscure thing. Like, I'm pretty sure this still belongs to Sandfall, and they're just publishing.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong, but it wouldn't
There are
surprise me
different
because this happens sometimes. Yeah.
there are different contracts to publishing where it's like, oh, do I own you, or are you just helping?
Yeah,
But,
there's people who keep their property anyway, like fucking
like
goddamn it, I'm forgetting
Kotaku,
right now.
who is owned by another company again and again, like a used whore.
Oh yeah, I think Stellar Blade belongs to Shift Up.
That's them. Indie. That's there.
I'm pretty sure Sony does not own Stellar Blade. Shift Up still owns Stellar Blade, but they published Stellar Blade alongside the studio.
Yep, full reign on their game, and I agree with. Even though I don't like this indie awards thing for the right reason, I believe you. Blueprints, Silksong, as Hades, even Expedition. Some of these games, I know Citizen Sleeper, but yeah, I agree with these. But what I don't agree with is when you have a showcase, when you have something like, where are you? I know you're here. What is it? There was a section on here saying, oh, we have an award for Black people. Where are you?
I think I saw what you're talking about.
View the genres. No. It's not the genres. It is browse game, support QA, indie showcase, walkthrough, profile teams, games, posts. No, I don't give a fuck about that. There was a section on here that said for LGBT and for Black people. And so when you use my skin color, let's see, they got stuff on here and stuff like that. And when you use my skin color to validate your own sickness, when we're just, I'm not, it's like when it comes to the game industry, I'm not Black. It's like I'm just a gamer. I'm just a developer. That's it. I should be in the same category as anybody else, not nigga of the year award. I'm just not. I'm not. It's not going to flow with me. It's like I'm so glad that I learned this early in life. Is when nobody wants to be used. I'm pretty sure people don't like to be called Latinx. I'm pretty sure people don't want to be like, nobody wants to be a DEI hire, and nobody wants to have be affirmative. I want to earn my shit.
Yeah, nobody wants to just be like pandered to or condescended to, and that's what these awards come from, because it's like you gotta create their own little category. What does that say? Does that say that they can't do it on their own?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And so let me show you actually.
No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that you're highlighting that.
What the fuck are you highlighting?
Nigga, you using me. Just be honest. Just say it. Say it with your chest. You're using me. And so when I see this, and yes, I get it that some games are just not for me. And I'm okay with this. But I'm not okay with, where are you? I know you're here. Did they fucking hide it? Did Asmongold do a fucking video on it and they
maybe
hid it?
You never know.
View genres, browse games. Oh, for games for devs as a centralized place for gamers to find the games platform. That's pretty normal. Build your custom website. Game developers are able to showcase their games. That's fine. That's all pretty. They fucking took it off, bro. They took it off. This is the second time, Asmon, where you make this shit, and I'm like, bro, I want to talk about this, and they delete shit and close comments. Guys, I don't have anything for you. I got this video for you. I can show you. This is the second time. I gotta be quicker. I gotta get with the quickness around here. But here we got this video from them. It's only 2 minutes. And
Asmund is stealing our fucking content, man.
he's not stealing the content. It's just that when it's coming from Asmongold, the only thing that I care about is when I want the information, but the information goes away like that.
He's taking
Like
our
that.
jobs, man.
Shut the fuck up. It's I'm at work. I'm at work and I have 3 more hours. And Asmongold already did a video about it, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to talk about that. And then when I get home, these motherfuckers are just like, disperse. And I get there and I'm like, where the fuck did the page go? And I'm like, God damn it, Asmund. Curse you, Asmund.
Award season is in the air.
But
On behalf of
I'm still glad that he brought it up, so you can always look at his videos. As a matter of fact, we'll actually do that. We'll actually,
of validation. Peak also? Yeah, I don't know.
okay, yeah, we'll bring it up. Actually, that's way easier. Where is it? Where are you? The fact that you don't have Schedule 1 on fucking indie fucking
It's just insane, dude. That is crazy.
It's very handpicked by individuals like this.
That was such a huge hit this year, and all eyes were on it. There was nothing else around.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, well, fuck me then. And there's even stuff on here. See, this was closed. When I tried to look for this video, the comment section's gone right now. You can't find this. He says, weird that CO33 is not in music or narrative, to be honest. Hey, yo, so stoked to have my boys, bruh, and Boogie in there. Don't know who the fuck that is. I'm so glad
it's the guy in the
video too. Swuckle Waka. What the fuck does that even mean? God, I love keep driving so much. Well, there's a fan there. That's fine. White Knuckle is... Wait! Where's White Knuckle? White Knuckle's fucking great! That person's right! White Knuckle is top 3 games ever made, period. Is it in there? White Knuckle's a really good one. So he looks at the comment section, and the comment section goes away. And then he looks at fucking... Where is it? Come on, please still have it. Please still have it. Please. Wait. Please tell me you had it. Keep it. Don't run away from it. Community management.
Good fucking lord. Why does community management need an award?
Wait, are you serious? Achievement and accessibility? African award? Are you fucking...
Yeah, and look at the games in it.
Bro.
Finding Father.
No! No fucking way! I didn't see that until now.
Actually, no, I want to find it. I want to find it now. I got mad.
Life-size
I'm
game.
mad.
Black voice. Bro, you got me in there twice?
Oh,
Community management? What does that even fucking mean? Just show up to work, you dumb bitch.
Remad.
The more...
Debut game, emotional impact. Of course, you got
Gameplay
that.
design ball pit.
Gameplay design ball pit should be in there.
Ball pit was published by Devolver Digital.
And that still counts, by the way. That still counts.
Devolver Digital is a publisher. Being an indie game means
Where's
that you don't have
Escape
a
from
publisher.
Tarkov?
That's why Sandfall Entertainment is considered an indie studio. It's because they're publishing their own games. So we have right now elite professional retards. Look at all these games Devolver has published. Look at all this. Pages.
I'll be honest. I think the Devolver Digital games should count as indie.
That's one more of the situations where it's complicated. Like with Expedition, they do have Kepler as a publisher, and Devolver Digital has always been known to publish these small types of games from indie teams. And so if they now have a publisher, should it not be considered indie when they still kind of are? Like they're not part of some big mega corporation. The Valve itself is small. So that's where there's this complication, but these complications have been around here for years.
Yeah.
It's just now with Expedition that is being given way more relevance because there's a lot of people who just don't want to see that game win, and that's what in my opinion, that's what the problem has been.
And then
some people don't want to see it
like
win.
Finding fucking Father, and there's 5 niggas playing the game.
Yeah, a really bad situation there. There was another one called Get the Milk. One of them was instead of IKEA, it's called Aquilia. And it's all in that fucking category.
What about a Saudi Arabian game called Towers? What about that, huh? Best innovation. Community management.
The Community Management Award is the best. You know, basically, the more people you piss off on Twitter, that's your award. That's what you get. That's your award. Like, the more people from your core fan base you drive away with your stupid fucking decisions, that's where you get the award. Like, last year, it would have been like Helldivers for driving away people with the furry bullshit on the Discord server.
So basically this is just a giant get the chud award?
That's my concern, is that indie games are supposed to be the future. In indie games were supposed to be this kind of place where Sweet Baby Inc. will not meddle with, and Sweet Baby Inc. types. Why? Because they don't have enough influence. But as they become the future and more people pay attention to them and they see these huge successes coming out that are indie, they're going to start fucking with them as well. And doing things like these awards here. They're going to be doing things like I made a video recently on the cozy situation where Sweet Baby Inc. is attacking the cozy genre because it promotes colonialism.
Oh, I remember that.
And I don't want to see that happen to the indie scene, but we're going to see it.
How could they find? I'm over here just like, what is it? The cozy game? It was the cozy games they were talking about, right?
Yeah, several of them.
The fact that it's like dissing the Amish. That's what it's like. It's like dissing the Amish. It's like, leave the fucking Amish people alone. It's like they want to play cozy games. Leave them the fuck alone. Why would you say that? So you're basically dissing wholesome games right there, or Latin American game showcase. Shut the fuck up. Fucking what is this? Women-led games, femboy games. That's what it's called. Femboy dresses like that. Don't ask me how I know. Laura Kate Dale. That's a man. I know that's a man. Because I've seen that man. Okay? No Clip is down there. No Clip, you know better. No Clip, you should know better.
They should.
Right? No Clip is actually really good. You should know better. Black Voices in Gaming, I saw it, chat. Shut the fuck up. But this is ridiculous. So this is just a giant circle jerk of my own race. And gay people. That's what this is. So I'll just end it off with this, where it's just like, don't let these sort of clowns kind of like discourage you even after seeing Finding Fathers. What the fuck, bro? You found that? I thought you were making a joke, like Finding Fathers. Like, that's a good joke. And then I looked, and I was like, we're not joking anymore.
It almost looks like a satire game got into.
And going to get some milk, the simulator. Oh my god. And so when you see this, I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I think this is just a funny moment where it's just it if you make an indie game, chat, these motherfuckers call you, hang up. Just hang up. Because it's just clown world, okay? It's like, because people are going to look at it and be like, are you associated with these individuals? Just say no, okay? You don't want to be associated with these individuals. It's funny that Sandfall Studios, Expedition 33 devs are just quiet about it. They're just standing there like the one kid that is being bullied and he's just smiling. That's Sandfall Studios. He's like these developers are just like, you're not indie, you're not this, you're not that. It's like even though you're indie, you're not even, you're not that big. You're not like Ubisoft. And then they're just standing there smiling. Like that one dog that's getting barked at and it's just smiling. That's Sandfall Studios. So fuck these clowns, bro. I like how all the judges are fat. I did see that. All of them have 3 years left. So I'm sorry. But don't be discouraged. I think it's just fine. I think we have this stream has been great, guys. But we're gonna end it off with a trailer, and because we love to see new video games. This one's Horizon Steel Frontiers, and we want to check it out. It's Korean developers, by the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. And is this a 10-minute one? Well, we don't want to make it that long. We'll look at the one with the gameplay that's like 3 minutes. Because even though I like to talk about games, we like to see new shit. But I think I'm curious what the developers at Horizon Zero Dawn are thinking right now. I'm so curious when they see this and people are saying, oh, the characters are attractive. I'm so curious what they're saying because they did change Aloy. That's just a fact. That's just and you were right about your video, by the way, saying like Aloy already had agency and she already had a sort of personality, and then they changed it in the second one. So yeah, I saw you say that, and I was like, absolutely, because she had a whole thing with her father, like she distrusted that one the one black guy. Oh yeah, rest in peace, man.
Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick. And
they were going somewhere where you could see it. Yeah. You could even see, like, okay, there was no romance in this first game, but you could see that she had a passing interest in Varl and in Erend. So if you wanted to do that in the next game, you could do that. There's a lot of people who don't care about that. That's one of the concerns with Witcher 4, is people don't want to romance dudes, and I get that. When I'm immersed in the game, I don't really care. It's whatever flows with the story. Mm-hmm. But they had that thing, and then in the sequel, she just changed. She just it's like part of that development is gone. They had this thing,
Didn't
she
the
had
two romance options like get with somebody else?
They don't even have romance options. It's just gone. Varl gets with a woman, a vegan. It's from the vegan tribe where everything is made of fucking leaves and trees and shit, and they sing to the animals. I wish it was to the animal. They sing to the machines, and I kind of liked when that happens, and Aloy has that same attitude from the first game, where she had all of those people worshipping the fucking door, and she's like, what are you, fucking retarded? It's a door. Mm-hmm. And then in this sequel, she does have that attitude still there. She sees the people singing to the machines, and she's like, what are you, fucking retarded? They're machines.
She's being respectable to their religions in the second one?
No, you can if you pick that option, but you can still, she still has that thing in her where it's like, what are you, fucking stupid? It's a machine. Mm-hmm. But in terms of so many other things, her edge is gone, and when she should be smarter and more, not friendly, but just value her allies, which was one of the points of the first game, we don't have that. So she just wants to be alone. She pushes everyone away, and they make part of the game, part of the plot be about that, and I don't understand why they changed it. And then in the sequel, they make you simp for a random woman that just came in. So even if you liked one of the previous characters, that were already established and with you for an entire game that you might have wanted to romance, you don't get that choice anymore. You gotta simp for some random one who just showed up.
They made a whole DLC, and it just culminated to, oh, do you want to fuck the Asian chick? That's what nobody knows the DLC. Everybody knows the romance. Everybody knows the romance. What was the DLC about?
Elon Musk or something, So he's one of the fucking guys. Elon Musk is out there somewhere. He's making a big machine or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Wait, that's their religion. Don't they like the monsters? So why are they mad at Elon Musk?
Actually, the Elon Muskish character was, but rather in the core game, one of the guys who worshipped Ted Faro. He was a crazy guy. You get through him. There's a quest line. He ends up dying in the end. I don't know if you played the game.
No, the only thing that stood out was like you had a choice whether or not to kiss the Asian or not. Like,
well, in the DLC, there was a bad guy, part of the main bad guys in the main game, but he was separated from them, so he was elsewhere in Hollywood. So you go to Hollywood to track him down. And then a lot of shit goes down that's not really memorable, and the more memorable thing is, you're absolutely correct, it's getting with the Asian girl. And there's a big machine, one of the cradles or whatever the fuck it's called, like a really big spider one that they said that the DLC couldn't come to the PS4 because the PS4 couldn't handle the fight against that big machine. Like the big machine on screen apparently was pulling too much processing power, but it was all very linear, to be honest with you.
You know what's crazy? In this DLC, you have an option to fuck the ugly Asian chick. But in Cyberpunk, in their DLC, you have no option to fuck the Asian chick who is
like,
half
what the
woman,
fuck?
half toaster. I think that's crazy, man. Bro,
That was some bullshit.
That was some bullshit.
That was some bullshit right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I was ready to let Idris Elba die for that bitch.
I let him die, man.
Bro, I knew she was corrupted. And probably lying to me. And I know the lore and the fact that somebody's trying to use her on the other side and stuff. I just
give a fuck.
Bro,
I did not give a fuck.
Bro,
like, you want to go to space? Let's go to space. Let's go together. But no.
There's enough room in that fucking cockpit. I don't know why. Like just if we want to get with an Asian toaster, I think we should have an option to get with the Asian toaster.
I think so too, and I know that they would have to, bring in Keanu Reeves. They'd have to make him do a scene in the ship with us where he's like sitting on the opposite side of the pod, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
But I don't care. I want to go to space with the Asian girl, toaster, Asian toaster.
In the immortal words of Edge Runner, I just want to stay in your house. Okay?
Exactly.
All right?
Like, let's jump around on a fucking moon like the anime. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, can't believe it.
Don't worry about it. Because you get an Asian girl in Horizon.
In Horizon, you should play that game. Exactly. Why do you guys like each other? Who knows? Anyway.
The funny part is that they like each other. They're both very stubborn. That's the one thing that connects both of them. They're super stubborn. The both of them have this asshole of a personality, but they like each other.
Don't tell me. Bro, are you serious? So you mean to tell me they got the staple of the
She's basically Aloy. The new girl, the new Asian girl, is basically another Aloy. She's exactly like her. She's stubborn. She's like bossy. She wants to be the first in everything.
They made the authentic lesbian relationship where these two bitches are about to fight. Are you serious? I can't believe it. You can't make this shit up. Where they're about to go rock 'em, sock 'em, where they're both alphas. Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay, so let's check out this trailer. Sorry if it's choppy. Yeah, it's Monster Hunter. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, that seems to be the inspiration here.
Mhm. The movement is really good.
I
I
enjoyed
heard
the
they were.
movement.
Yeah,
Go ahead, go.
I heard they were going to focus this on mobile, so I'm kind of worried about that a little
Same.
bit.
That's the one thing that has me on the back foot because the footage has looked great, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be only mobile and PC,
Yeah.
and I just don't have a very high opinion of mobile games.
And I don't like the fact that there's only 3 buttons for different attacks at the bottom and 3 for consumables. That seems very low.
Especially if you're going for PC, like
Yeah.
games on PC, they love to put all kinds of shit on the hood underneath, bunch of key
Yeah.
bindings, give you variety.
Bro, that where the winds meet, bro. They really like to tell me that there's a world event and shit, and I'm like, yo, I don't care about that. They need to make more designs. They need to make variants for the monsters as well. If you want to take stuff from Monster Hunter, you have to make the monsters more distinct and more more planned out. Because when you see Rajang in fucking Monster Hunter, you look at that and you're like, I've been fighting dinosaurs all my life. You got me out here fighting fucking King Kong, and this motherfucker just beat the shit out of that lightning horse. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to make them really distinct and really, like, I get it. You can transfer the monsters from one game to another. Yes, I get it. But you need to make them because if you just show us the same monsters that Aloy has been fighting, it's not going to go well. It's just not. Like, of course the character customization is going to be good and all that stuff, but I think that's the focal point. Also, how's the armor and the weapons going to look when it comes to fighting these monsters? So if I fight the Thunder Jaw, like the T-Rex monster, am I going to get the T-Rex gear? So you got to focus on that. And if I remember correctly, there's a monster in Horizon that has a giant sack of acid. So you probably have to make armor that's originated around that sort of like mechanical monster, and that just sounded wrong. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that one.
The way that they have it is, you just have the factions in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and then each faction has a variety of armor from light to heavy.
Mm-hmm.
When you hunt machines in the game, they give you components, and from the components you can make armor, or you can just buy armor from whatever faction.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them continue that. I just don't know how this is going to go, but of course, if it's like a Korean game, Koreans, they do tend to like a lot of customization in their games.
They do.
Maybe they'll add a lot of shit, but maybe it's going to be more gacha style. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing with this game. I don't know why it's not on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a lot of people complaining about that and talking
It's,
about
oh,
how...
wait. It's only on PlayStation?
No, it's on PC and mobile. It's not coming to PlayStation.
PC and mobile? God. No. Yeah, why don't you just put it on... God.
That's what I didn't understand at all. Like, I don't know what type of deal this is.
This Horizon game that is mostly on PlayStation is going to mobile and what else?
And PC.
And not PlayStation?
Yeah, this one right here, the what the fuck is it called?
Steel Frontiers.
Steel Frontiers is exclusively on PC and mobile.
Why would you? Why would that? That doesn't.
It doesn't make sense, and so far I've tried to ask why, and I can't get a conversation going because of the console war cringe, which just ends up in people saying, "Oh, but I thought that what the fuck do they say? I had a reply something about I thought that I thought he didn't like the fuck did they say, man? I could go look for it. It was like 3 days ago. It's on my mentions. But it's a retarded argument that is basically like, well, you've been complaining about this so far, so why are you why do you want this game to come to PlayStation now?
And you just show them a
Which one
picture
was it?
of the Horizon Zero Dawn PlayStation bundle. He's like, why do you want it to be on PlayStation? And then you show them a picture of the Horizon PlayStation bundle. That's why. That's why. I find I'm worried about it being on mobile, and I'm worried about the enemy variety. It seems like there's different. The traversal looks great. It looks fucking fantastic. But I am worried, like, how are you going to put this on mobile with those graphics? Are you trying to, bro? Are we going to have a whole thing where they're going to make phones like explode and shit again? Like at this point, you can only play the game for 1 hour on your phone. So I know that.
Oh,
Asia
I found it, bro. I fucking found the argument.
Gotcha.
So the argument is, PlayStation fans, we don't want live service games. Also, PlayStation fans, why are they releasing a live service Horizon game on mobile and not PS5? Because it's a fucking Horizon game, you dumb fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean? So basically, it's been difficult to try and get a conversation going. And there was a guy from Guerrilla who said, we're very proud to see what's being done with Steel Frontiers. I've always imagined that Horizon would be a multiplayer franchise. They said that shit, and then I replied in the comments, okay, so why the fuck isn't it on PS5 then? But no, ain't nobody fucking replying to me. What do you reply? Get a fucking game developer replying to me? It'll be Christmas in the fucking Middle East before that happens.
Yeah, true. I see the red flags with this game, but it does look good. It looks pretty. The combat looks pretty slick, but the enemy variety is one thing, and the fact that it's going to be on mobile is another thing as well, because
it creates that concern.
Yeah, it creates that.
Makes me think it's not very deep at all.
Yeah, it seems like just go in, kill them, leave, pretty much. Like
they could even have more in terms of that complexity. Like they could have a whole system of gotcha bullshit, because they do set that so much with mobile games. But in terms of like getting into a world like we get it in Where Winds Meet, and we can just go anywhere, and we got a bunch of stuff that we can do, and the combat system is robust. It has several different weapons, several different martial arts, and you can do whatever. I struggle to see that happening on this game because of it being on mobile as well, unless they maybe worked on it a little bit more.
I didn't see any. What sort of weapons are you going to have? You're going to have the bow. You're going to have the giant sword. You're probably going to have dual swords. There should be also guns, considering you can rip out guns right off the monsters. So there should be a gun class. And you should also show different types of guns and armor in this sort of trailer. So where it's just like somebody's wearing armor from a different monster and it does different things, just like Monster Hunter, where there's thunder guns, there's the the dragon swords, the ice swords. You should show build variety to get people excited, because if you show the same armor, the same sword, the same gameplay, people are going to be like, is there anything else you do in this game? But just like with Elden Ring, where you see different enemies and different bosses, and your character in the trailer is wearing different armor using different things, it creates a spectrum in their mind like, where the fuck do you get that armor? Where the
Yeah.
fuck do you get that sword? You can use magic? Where the hell are we? You mean there's a whole underground area in this game? That's cool. But if you show the same thing, people will forget. People
Others have that concern, like, what exactly? It's going to come back to the mobile. If I see a lack of variety and then I see the mobile, I go, well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, it's mobile. Where's the variety?
Yeah.
The base games, they do have a lot of variety and monsters, but they don't behave very differently.
Mm-hmm. It's
But theoretical, like if we were to just be theoretical here and be like, hey, would a Monster Hunter type of game work within the Horizon franchise? It absolutely would, but you gotta nail it.
Yeah, you gotta nail it. Yeah, I mean, props
And
to the
again,
hot
so
characters,
bizarre.
but gameplay.
It's still so bizarre that it's not on PlayStation. Sony is so protective of that, and so for that to not be there makes me wonder what kind of deal this is, who exactly is developing it, etc.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being here, Des. It was pretty fucking awesome. Think you raised up a lot of questions that I actually kind of want to look at. And I ever since I saw your channel, I was like, bro, he's talking about the same shit that I'm talking about, but more intricate, and he has more details. Me, I kind of when I see something, I'm just like, let me just say something funny, stupid, and a little bit of truth. And then I'll just go from there. And then, like I'll have long videos on Veilguard where people will agree with me. People already have made their mind up with, what they think about the gaming industry. They just come to us and be like, oh, okay, true. I was thinking the same thing. This is not some sort of changing your mind moment with the gaming industry. People have already thought about this, where you start to see, if nobody bought Concord, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same head case. Okay? So don't come to me saying like, oh, you just want to have a Gooner game. Nigga, so do you. So do you. Okay? Concord was the biggest like wake up call, like, do you want to play a they them robot?
Nope.
Do you want to play a woman with a fupa?
Nope.
Do you remember Emma Frost? Bro, that's my favorite character, bro. Yo, Emma Frost and Cloak and Dagger, bro. Yo, sometimes I switch up sometimes, and everybody keeps on using like that. We listen. We're all on the same case. There's tourists, and then there's pretenders, and there's a lot of fucking pretenders. So we just like to point them out. And yeah, thanks for coming by, man. I know you're a busy dude, but thanks for having the time to come on this channel. We will probably have you on here again, probably with more people, because we have some laughs, have some talks, and I do want to do this more, but with a little bit more, what's it called? The word quality, a little bit more quality, because StreamYard is fucking weird sometimes. But they'll say like, oh, you can do this, and then they'll be like, well, you gotta upgrade.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay. But
that'll be an extra few dollars.
But go ahead and let people know where they can reach you.
Oh, you got the usual guys. I'll put a link. I'll grab a little link here in a second.
I got you right here.
Oh, you got the thing?
Yep.
Well, that's it. Just thanks for having me on, of course, and I'm down. Like if you do want to do this again, I'm down for it. And you guys can check out my channel. I make videos on various subjects, but all of it within gaming. Just talk about games, good games, bad games, the games industry bullshit. That's pretty much it. Pretty much what we did here today.
Video. I'm gonna watch it after this.
Oh, it's a fucking unhinged rant.
Yep, that's me. I like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
This guy's screaming on the other end of the mic. I'm gonna give him a sub. That's what I get. Do you get messages like that? This guy's just ranting. Let me give him a sub, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I got one comment like that, like unhinged rant. That's exactly what I came here for, because I opened up the video like that. I was like, okay, guys, forget about it. It's not gonna be any fucking structure to this video. There's not going to be timestamps. It's just gonna be me mad. And
some of these motherfuckers out here are they make the mad video, and then they make a separate video where it's just like, I've calmed down. No, I keep the mad video. I don't make a video where it's just like, I've calmed down. I don't do it. Some people say like, well, you're kind of mad. Don't you want to take this video down? No, we don't want to take the fucking video down. But no, dude, thank you for coming on by. I appreciate you. Links down onto the comment section. Please follow him. Great dude. It's like, we're all just gamers here. We're not fucking. It's like we're not fucking like you know, like Mr. Beast, but we all are gamers here, and we just want our games to be better. But anyway, y'all have a great day. I will see you guys actually probably tomorrow to play some more Where Winds Meet. Are you playing a game here, Des, soon?
I don't tend to stream. At least not so far. I haven't really gotten to give it a go, but I'm thinking about it eventually, maybe streaming some game sessions.
Yeah, you don't have to,
because I'm playing them anyway, and sometimes, like for example, right now with the Outer Worlds, it's so scattered and I'm not enjoying myself very much, and so it's kind of like, do I even want to make a video? Sometimes it's not even worth to make a video. But if I streamed my gameplay, then people would be getting my thoughts immediately as they come, which are sometimes unhinged, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Dude.